Welcome back. Suge Knight, the CEO of Death Row Records, has been influential in jumpstarting and reviving the careers of numerous rap artists. Rap artists such as Snoop Dogg and the Dogg Pound, Tupac Shakur, Daz Dillinger, and Corrupt. He also created an opportunity for a woman to become the chief photographer and talent scout for Death Row Records. Her name is Semoine English. Semoine was raised in the Cold Springs section of Buffalo, New York. She attended Fosdick-Maston High School and went on to receive a BA in photography from Wayne State University. It was her ability to take eye-catching black and white photos that earned her assignments with such record labels as Motown, Solar, and Capitol. Upfront magazine spoke with Ms. English during her visit to Buffalo about her career, her book, which is entitled Time Served, My Days and Nights with Death Row Records, and Suge Knight.
I grew up in Cold Spring, Glenwood, between Michigan and Maston, all my life. Went to school number 8, and I always knew that I was going to get out of Buffalo and go somewhere and do something big. I went to Fosdick-Maston. Leaving Fosdick-Maston, I moved to Detroit, Michigan. And from Detroit, I started school in Detroit at Wayne State University, went and received a bachelor's degree in photography. My dad was a photographer, so I never ever wanted to be in the picture. I was always wanted to be behind the camera. So that's how I started, working as a photographer. Death Row Records came after many other record companies. I had worked for Solar Records, Capitol Records, Motown Records. I had family that was on Motown, so I started out at Motown. And Bob Jones used to work for Michael Jackson, and he was like, "Can you take a good black and white picture?" And he was like, "Well, when you get that done, come back and see me." And that's when it all started. I learned how to take a good black and white picture. And the next thing I knew, I was one of the industry's photographers, working for the different labels. Left Los Angeles, had some trauma in my life, and went back to Detroit, and went back to Wayne State, graduated from college, drove back to Los Angeles. 7 days later, I had met Tupac Shakur, and I don't know if y'all remember Yo-Yo. And started working with them, and that led from one thing to another, and Suge Knight approached me and asked me did I want to come and work for him. At that time, my husband was the producer on a couple of projects and writer on a couple of projects with them, and between Dre and Suge, they kept me busy. In the beginning, we didn't have a Tupac at that time. We had Dre, we had Corrupt, we had Daz, we had Tony Green, we had Jewel, the Lady of Rage, and Sam Snead had just got signed, so he was just coming on the block. But Jewel and Rage and the Dogg Pound with Snoop, they was holding it down. Well, we got real busy. We did a lot of different cities. I kind of wore 2 hats. I was the photographer, and then I was the chief photographer for Death Row, and then I also was scout acts for Suge. So when we would be going to a city, we'd start looking for acts in that city to see if it was something that he might be interested in. We did all kind of stuff. We jacked the rappers. We got blamed for things we'd never done. Because anytime Death Row was in the house, Death Row didn't have to do anything. We could be in our rooms, and if anything happened, oh, that was the Death Row family, they did it. So not always was everything on Death Row. Suge was a marketing genius. He felt like good press, bad press, any kind of press, it's the media. And if you can just get on there, you can make it happen. See, I knew Pac before he got to Death Row. So the Pac that I knew was more of a gentleman. Another person that knew what he wanted out of life and where he was going and how he was going to get it. But he was a gentleman, and he was a true businessman. He handled his business. But Welcome to Death Row was an experience for me because pictures that I had never got out got a chance to be out. And then I got a chance to tell my part of the story, which is, I didn't tell a lot because I was saving it for the book. The name of the book is Time Served, My Days and Nights on Death Row Records. We're doing 2 editions. The first edition is going to be 50 copies. It's going to be a collector's item. All pictorial pictures that's never been seen. The second, when it comes out, is going to be the actual book. It's going to be literary and pictorial. The book is going to tell about my experiences as a black woman coming from Detroit, born in Buffalo, coming from Detroit, and going to Los Angeles and getting a job with Death Row, and all the stuff that went down, from the good to the bad. Make sure you have your education and your business together. And secondly, don't let nobody run no game on you, because the industry is, let's back up. 1, education, and be up on your skills and know what you're doing, and always follow your dreams. I think that a lot of young people, the purpose of my book is to inform young people that want to get into the music business that it's not just jumping off into the music business and making a hit record and going on about your business, because a lot of people that get in the music business don't make no money. And if you do your homework, you'll find out there's a lot of them that can make a lot of money, and today they're broke. So do your homework.